Hey, and welcome back, YouTube, to sunny Los Angeles. So at least, actually, now it's night Los Angeles, California. It is 8:54, almost 9 o'clock on the 21st of October. We are in round 9 at Laguna Seca in sunny Monterey, California. We've had quite a day on the racetrack. If you haven't yet watched any of the other videos, the first one went bonkers. Let's not even talk about the first one. The second one, we pole position. We made pole position for qualifying, but then ended up flubbing it on the first lap on a sausage because of cold tires. Third one, we qualified second. Once again, came in fourth. You know, and once again, I was in a lobby with people that I know I could probably be faster than. And here we are in race 4. I've never actually gone this deep. I don't think I've actually ever done 5 races. But I mean, I don't really count the first race. The first race I really didn't even race in. I mean, honestly, the stream went berserk. And it totally threw me off. What happened was, if you hadn't watched it, the stream just went psycho. And so the way I have this whole thing situated is I have a monitor. My ultra wide is on a shelf like above my laptop, which is running the stream and all of the fun video stuff. And so I can see both of the screens. And this whole week I've been like trying to pay attention to the you know, the bottom of the screen while during practice, so I can talk to people. And I just got used to doing that. And then, you know, the race started, and I looked down for a split second, and because the stream just started going berserk. I guess OBS was just freaking out, and it totally threw me off. And as soon as the green flag dropped, and you know, I looked down for a split second. The next thing I know, I'm heading straight into the kitty litter in turn in the last turn. I'm just like, oh god. And I end up spitting out really deep in the kitty litter. I'm like, I'm stuck in the kitty litter. At that point, I should have just you know, kind of dug myself a little hole and just hung out for the rest of the race. Because honestly, within the second lap, everyone was lapping me already. So that's a lesson to everyone that YouTubes or streams and plays Gran Turismo at the same time. Don't look at your stream while you're racing. Or at least try not to look at your stream while you're racing. So I mean, this will be my my third race. I'm gonna count this as my third race, since the first one was just I'm gonna have to go back and delete that from the public file, because that race was embarrassing. Was absolutely totally embarrassing. I can't believe I did it. It was just like, I didn't do very good in that race anyway. I think I qualified. I said first. I qualified 10th in that race. I keep on messing it up because I just don't count it as a race. Dude, it was just so infuriating. I was like, oh my god. And it sucks because I could have totally won that race. I think that the rate that I was passing everyone from being lapped behind, you know, that was my best. I mean, I was going so fast. And that second race was actually really phenomenal. Had How do I remember to keep the replay? Because that's kind of like my thing now. Is like I'm trying to keep all the replays on, you know, from the PlayStation. And I totally missed that one, and it was just like it was like, oh my god, I can't believe I missed it, because I had qualified first, messed up like royally, and then somehow made it back into first place. And then I can't remember. Oh, I went into the pits, and then I ended up getting back down into fourth. But I had like first place like right behind me, and I just didn't look down. I should have just stayed on the softs and tried to make ground, because he was on fresh mediums, and I probably could have outpaced him and gotten faster. But you know, that is hindsight's always 20/20. So. But anyways, anyway, I keep on saying anyways. Anyway, let's try to do good on this race. You know, we've got a minute down, so let's focus back up on the task at hand. We want first. We definitely want first. We know that we can. I know I can make first. If not, you know, I really don't want to do a fifth race. I'm really kind of considering not even running this race, because I mean, I got 11 points on that race. I don't know how, but somehow I made 11 points on that race. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that worked out. When the first race I finished fourth, I had the fastest lap, and I was also pole position, and I only got 5 points for that. So I don't quite get the point system here in Gran Turismo. I don't understand what's going on. I guess I'm just gonna take it as it is and just keep on rocking. All right, so let's see who we're racing against. I don't know any of these people. I don't know if I want to run this race, man. I don't know if I am. I don't know if I have it in me. Is it going to kill me if I step out now? Can I exit now? I'm going to exit now. I don't know if I want to race this race. Because I really don't want to mess up. I really don't want to mess up my standings right now. It's not going to tell me anything about my scores. I mean, if I don't make it in this race, that's fine, because I've got another race after this. I've got one more race. I could do race 5 if I wanted to. I mean, I'm at 39 points, and I got 11 points that last round, so I'm thinking maybe it stuck me further up, because damn, Mikey, you were rocking it. Look at those points, dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna get all any of that information. Maybe we'll just do a post-race show. See, I'm just looking at points right now, and I've got a ton of points. So I'm thinking maybe I should just... Ooh, and I got a lot of driver rating points. So maybe I shouldn't do that race. I'm really close to C. I'm way closer to C than I've ever been. So maybe I'll just call it quits for the night. Maybe we'll just call this the post-race show. Can I change it? Yeah, we're gonna call this the post-race show, guys. So I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night, because I just had a tumultuous night, so. So I know we rolled the credits for the race 5 or race 4, but I think we're gonna call it a night. I don't know if I can do any more. So without any further ado, let's get started with the post-race show. Okay, we are back. That's our little post-race transition. We've decided that we're not going to do the. I'm not going to do the race 4. I just realized how many points I have. Before Laguna Seca, my driver rating was pretty low. And now we've made a lot of headway. So, not to mention, I made 11 points that last race, which is, let's look at the point standings. And if anyone out there can explain to me, please do. Please explain to me how this point system works. See, race 7 was Barcelona. That was a first place win. Tokyo, race 8 there was a 5th place win, and I get 6 points. I get a 4th place win at Laguna Seca, and it's 11 points. And I know round 1, dude, I did terrible round 1, but I still got 8 points. So I think the second race, I can't remember what race that was, I got a good standing, and same with the 4th race, I got pretty alright. I mean, I've been making like top 5 wins, you know, for the past couple races, and it's just like, I really do not understand what is going on with the points, man. It's just psycho. If anyone can explain how it works, please do. Because I am at a loss. You know, the only thing I can think of is because I'm a grade D driver, but well, then why did I make 11 points? It was weird because the race we're about to watch, oh no, that's the one I made 11 points in. The race before that, I literally placed 4th. I had pole position, and I got a star for fastest lap. and 4th place. But then I only got 5 points for that. So how is it that this past race I get 11 points for the same position with a lot less razzle dazzle? I don't get it. More. Okay, so enough of my rambling. Let's see what our daily workout car was. What did we win? Looks like 2 cool cars, a crappy hatchback, and another Mustang. Please don't give me another Mustang. Oh, it looks like we've got a McLaren. All right. Well, thank you, Gran Turismo Sport, for your kind gift. Not that I don't already have $4 million and 900 or 100,000, more than 100,000 mileage points, which I don't know what else to spend them on. I don't know what you guys spend your mileage points on, but anyway, let's get to the race replay. Let's look at the multicam view. I can't wait to PlayStation 5 in the SSD. I wish you could fast forward through all this stuff, man. Mercury 6 was driving a little crazy there. I got bumped by him a couple of times. He was driving pretty erratically. Rich. I can't believe I didn't. It's killing me that I didn't get that other replay. I would have rather had that replay for me and Jared's race. Oh. That was such a good race on my part. Curses. Burhoo 2. iBates 420. I like that. I like that he themes his car with, because he is a UPS man. That's great. Let's get some telemetry too. York was fast. He was incredibly fast. I mean, fast for our class. I guess the same goes for me. I'm not fast for this class, but that's because I practiced this track a million times this week. See? Mercury just bumped me right there. That first bump was from Mercury. He picks up the penalty. We come screaming down the stretch here to the right-hander, and I catch back up to Mercury and 3rd place, looking real strong. We're on the soft tires here. Mercury takes his penalty, and I line up behind Centaur, try to catch the slipstream from him. And my plan is to kind of make the pass at the last turn as we go up in here to the corkscrew. You know, I'm just kind of maintaining and trying to keep a cleaner line on him. And then we get contact again from Mercury. And he bumps me all the way through that turn. Just kind of bullies his way into the turn. So I'll stick the back there. But look at P. York, he's already out there. He's gone. Mercury again has to serve another penalty for what? I'm not sure. Maybe contact, I would imagine. I get by him again, and this is when I start making headway. Real strong showing on my part for really up until about the time we go up to the pits. Already putting distance between me and third place. A little squirrely in there, and then the beginning of the corkscrew there. Got Centaur right on my tail, or Frodo right on my tail. It's a very close race for second. As we make the left into the last turn and onto the straightaway, I'm hard on the accelerator. Third. Fourth. I'm looking for that patch on the right-hand side, and a little tap of the brake. Down to first. And the left-hander. And back onto the accelerator. Little finessing through this corner, and a little bit more finesse through this corner, setting my best personal time. As we go into the left-hander turn 4. This is me putting a lot of time now on everyone behind me. York is out there. P. York is all the way up here in the world by himself. The field spreads out real quickly here at Laguna Seca. View from Mercury 6 in the Mercedes. I said Mercury 6 kind of looking like he's but the replay always does this to me. It always makes other people's driving look so much more erratic. I don't know why it does that. Continue to put on a solid performance. Very smooth in the corkscrew. Real smooth in this section. I just didn't have the consistency on this race, at this race. That was probably my biggest problem. I'm still trying to catch at the P York though. We're only on lap 5, so I haven't given up on catching P York. Though he is properly ahead of me right now. Yeah, he's already making his way to the corkscrew at this point. Putting up 123s and 124s. I'm putting up the same times, and I paced him for most of the race actually. I was watching it, and we run very comparable times. I just had the misfortune of a couple of errors, and I picked up a couple penalties. I was surprised I didn't get a penalty there. Oh, there it is. There it is. But I tend to take that corner like that. I mean, the practice laps didn't ever picked up that penalty, so it surprises me that I was hitting it so consistently here. I think I hit it twice in a row during this race. Hard on the brakes, down to first for the left-hander, riding the groove, right up to the rumble strip there, and then we make another right-hander in second gear, riding out the accelerator just a little bit, trying to do as little braking as possible. If you look at my brake inputs there, it's really, really tiny brake inputs. That's the one thing with the RSR in this race, that I was noticing that my braking around corners wasn't as erratic or as heavy as everyone else's during practice laps even. And you know, I'm turning down 123s, 124s. So I don't know if that's something that is inherent to the RSR or what. Still maintaining second place. P York is at this point he's got a pretty decent but solid lead. Yeah, so I'm just behind P York at this point. I really would have needed to started really picking up the pace on this lap if I was going to be able to catch him. At least be kind of close to him when we went into the pits. So into the corkscrew. I love that entry into the corkscrew, and then this corner I really love. There's a real finesse to that corner. This whole section, honestly, is all finesse. Very light inputs on the brakes. Just want to kind of ride that rumble strip. I noticed when you come out wide like that out of there, if you can be careful enough, you can get a fast exit to the finish line. As you come down into turn 1, we are back hard on the accelerator, and then we float this one in second gear usually, as we did right there. And this one we float in third gear. Really hugging the corner at this point. The car is gripping at its peak right now, I think. This is when I start putting down some of my fastest laps. But looking at my lap times, I'm doing consistent 123s and 124s. just like in practice. But actually far more solid than in practice. I'm going to have to start stepping up my game now because I'm close to C class. So I'm going to have to start really, really hitting these times accurately. It's another reason why I didn't want to do that next race, because there were all C class drivers in there. And I still don't think I have, I definitely wasn't good enough doing this track. I don't feel confident enough doing going up against those guys on this track at this point. You know, as smooth as my line is, and I know I'm patting my back on that, I did make errors. I still am making really, really dumb errors. It's kind of a double entendre. I just make terrible mistakes. No happy mistakes. The idea that I literally do exercises for recovery every time I practice tells you that I'm not that accurate just yet. I really wanted Kitty to get a first place win today. That's okay, we have a second series. And we'll be practicing for Suzuka tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll start practice. From 3 to 7 or 8. However long the lobby lasts. That was very, very smooth. I want that position light to be that little top one. Means I'm in first place. And take a look at the course map again, but let's see how far behind York we are. York is actually going for the pits. This is when I take first place, but then I do that. See what I mean? And this is what I'm talking about. I saw that I took first place, and I had all the opportunity right there, then and there, to put a lot of space between him and me. But see, since I flubbed it, he comes right out of the pits. And he's right on my tail at this point. Which makes it super easy for him to catch up to me. He's on fresh mediums. I'm still on my softs, and he's gaining very, very quickly. I try to shake him. My plan is to stay out at this point 2 more laps, I think. And we are making time on him. But I could tell when his tires started hooking up. It was definitely somewhere within this lap. I noticed that he was starting to gain on me. I almost want to race again, so just, because I'm just mad because of how this race kind of ended. If I got tapped by Mercury, I'm gonna be really mad. That's kind of the reason why I ended up in 4th, is because I felt like it's either that or I lost it. All I know is that I ended up in the kitty litter, and I kind of dashed all my hopes at that point. Oh, yeah, that's right. Bad tires. I come in the pits for softs, and so does Mercury 6. I guess Mercury 6 didn't like being behind Kitty. Back at it. We gotta pick up some places from Premier Supper 5 and Mr. Martel, Canadian. And they're not too far away. I'm actually right behind Premier Supper. As we head up into the corkscrew. Waiting for the mediums to warm up at this point. Right behind 3 and 2 here. As we come again down into the left-hander, and we exit out. Tires are starting to now kind of warm up. It takes a little while for the tires to settle in on the RSR. It's about a lap and a half before you start getting any kind of real traction. That's soft or mediums. Though, obviously, the softs are a lot more responsive to start off with. I believe Premier Supper and Mr. Martel are still running on their softs. I don't think they've pitted yet. There's Mercury behind you making some headway. Turbo down the very on the near the edge of penalty zone there, down the corkscrew. As we make the right-hander here, we want to just maintain our speed as much as we can and try to catch up with 3 and 2 when we do it. Around the bend, there comes around just behind us is Mercury 6, and we head down the straightaway. At this point, I'm trying to catch wind off of Premier Supper and trying to kind of tuck into his slipstream. Come down here, I try to really start putting on the heat now. Tires are pretty much at the point where I'm going to start getting good traction from them. So I start pushing a little bit further in the corners here. put a little bit more pressure on Premier 5 and Premier Supper and Mr. Martel. P. York still very, very far ahead of way ahead of the rest of us. Get a little loose there. Getting a little bit more frisky than I want to in the corners. As we come down into the corkscrew, we now have third and second really, really close on our sights at this point. Mercury 5 is making some headway, looks like, on me. Settle back into lap 16. We are now getting very, very dangerously close to second and third here. Mr. Martel and Premier Supper, who looks like has pulled his way into second place with Mercury 5, Mercury 6, not too far behind the rest of us. We are caught behind us lap traffic here. The battle for second place. And I believe I pick up a penalty there. No, I don't. Oh, and Mr. Martel gets really squirrely as I put more pressure on his. He can feel me. He can feel me coming. And give Mercury 6 the opportunity to kind of slip in beside us. But as we come down, I hold my ground, and he goes way too hot into the corner. No, he's probably hitting himself for that one. Driving really, really aggressively. Right behind second place here. We just had to serve a penalty. As we come down into the corkscrew, Mr. Mercury 6 is really, really hot on my tail right now. Now he's directly into my slipstream. Premier Supper picks up another penalty. For he does the same thing as I do. Does the same thing as I do. He runs it really wide in the corkscrew. Goes into no man's land there. This is where we catch Premier Supper 5. Trying 511 started in 4th. He's already down into 19th. He must have had really, really bad race. And as Premier Supper picks up his penalty, I catch right up to his tail. Driving really aggressively now. As we go into the corkscrew, Mercury 6 gives me a love tap out into the gravel. I spin out. Let's take a look at that again. Dirty, dirty, dirty driving. Dirty, dirty driving. Look at that. Tap. That's what I felt. I knew that was going to happen. Let's take a look at it from his perspective. Yep. He taps me, sends me out into the ghost zone. Let's see one more time. Yep. Wow. 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 One more time. And that killed my race. That was it. It was just enough to send me out into the ghost zone. And I go down to 4th. At this point, all I have to do is kind of try to stay positive and try to recoup the place. And I'm still pretty mad about what happened. I wasn't going to accuse anyone until I saw the replay. And I think I even said it during the stream. I've got to check the replay on that. These things happen in racing. Oh, that makes me mad. Let me see that just one more time. I'm sorry. I've got to see that again. Robbed. Disastrous. Absolutely robbed. The anger. You can only imagine the anger right now. Now that I know what happens. Oh my gosh. And I was putting together some really, really solid. I mean, look at the times. Putting up some really solid times. I mean, granted, some of these are slow here on the mediums. Sorry, folks. Let me just. Oh my gosh. That's racing. That's the only thing I can say. That's racing. Whether or not it's dirty or not, it's in the past at this point. And you kind of just have to accept, pack the truck, move on to the next place, right? I think I was actually talking about this earlier this week. I was talking about someone had brought up they got out of this game. There I am, out of sorts at this point. I'm kind of lost it at this point. I've got a pretty comfortable lead on 6th place at this point. I'd say at this point. And they just keep on messing up. Rhythm's way off. Oh my gosh, really? So, yeah, I was talking about this week with someone else. They were saying that they stopped playing this game because they did like 3 hours at Nuremberg, and they got tapped in the last lap and ended his race. And I was like, that stuff happens in real racing. People tap each other all the time, and that's just what happens. It's unfortunate and it sucks, but it's what happens. And you gotta accept it. It feels like all that work this week went to nothing. But I mean, I think if I had not practiced as much as I did this week, I definitely would not be competing at the level that I'm competing at. I pick up fourth here. Because I see that I'm really close to fourth still, as much as I had messed up there. And I try to just pick myself up and put out, as quick as the quickest 5 laps I can put out on medium tires on this track. I could have had second place. That would have meant buku points, I think. Well, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. The idea that I did catch back up to fourth, though. I mean, I had 2 terrible laps there, 3, 4 terrible, man, really bad laps from lap 19 or lap what lap are we on? On lap 21. Yeah, 19 and 18 or 17. I don't know. Some super bad laps. But we are gaining place here now on 4th place. I still can't believe that, man. Oh my god, that makes me so angry. I'm gonna... It's times like this where I start thinking of revenge, but you can't do that. You can't let that get the best of you. I was just thinking, if I see him. If I see Mercury in another race, I'm gonna bump off. Oh man, really? Well, we turned out at 124, 103 on lap 21, which now we're kind of just trying to recover whatever I can out of this race, so that it isn't a total waste of time. Well, the way I got to look at it now is there's always next season. We'll try to do as good as we can at Suzuka. I was really wanted the win here. I wanted it so much I could taste it. I mean, that... What a bad race day. I really wanted to pick those points up, too. It doesn't look like I'm gonna do it. Yeah, there's Mr. Martel right ahead of me now. I think we put in another 120, yeah, 125. Quick 125. think Mr. Martel actually goes in for tires. I didn't think he knew I was behind him. Apparently people don't look at the plus minus counter in the timings. I'm always looking at that to see, just so I know what my split time should be, or my times between me and the next place and first place. At this point, P. York is out of there. He's at the finish line drinking martinis. See, Mr. Martel goes in for softs. Or maybe he had been riding on softs the whole time. Let's see if he switches to mediums. Yep. Switched to mediums. So maybe he went in twice. Maybe he went in with softs to start off with and then went for softs again, and now he's coming in for his lap in mediums. Here I am trying to salvage up the third place, which I think wasn't too far ahead of me. See where Premier Supper is. And Mercury 6 if you're out there. Ooh, dude, seriously? Yeah, I believe I was right behind. He's going down the back stretch right now. I'm just making my way around the front stretch. But at this point, I know I'm not going to catch up to him's final lap. Had we had another 3 laps or 2 laps, I probably would be on top of him. But Mr. Martel goes in for another set of tires. Well, we had a top 5 finish, so I mean, I can't really complain too much about that. It's just, this is very disheartening. I feel like I'm taking that long bus ride home from an away game. Everyone's putting an away game that you lost, that you've been practicing for all week, and everyone's just quiet on the way home. There's that silence, you know, just in total juxtaposition to the rowdiness on the way to wherever it was that your game was. There's a 4th place finish. Which should have been a 2nd place finish. But, you know, it's my fault. Look at that last 3 laps that put in 124s. That's racing. That's all I can say. That is racing. Take a look at it again. Here comes the tragic bump. Just when we crest here, we are going to peak the crest and receive a bump. that ended our race. Well, worse things have happened. Worse things have happened. Let's take a look at this. Yep. Yep, this is as fast as I could hit the photo button. But that is a bump. That is a bump that's surely enough going to destabilize my car enough that it will send it into nowhere land. I don't think I can stop it. I think maybe at this point, maybe the contact has already been made. I mean, he's got... See, this is another difference here of someone you know who's been driving a pretty rough race. Look at my front bumper. My front bumper is nice and clean, unmarred. I don't have any scars here. And I don't have any scars here. In contrast, look at Mercury's car. His whole left side looks like he hit a deer. His headlights cracked. He's got scratches all the way up into his brake ducting. Let's check the other side of his car out. How much more damage do you have, my friend? No other damage. Someone has been having some contact. Wonder how many of those scratches came from me. Who knows? Now, whether or not this was an intentional or not, it is to be seen. It may have been intentional, but this is an awfully close following distance for this corner. Like if I'm coming up this corner and I'm behind someone, you know, and I've done it. I'm still kicking myself for not getting that replay from me and Jared's race, but you know, I made like one pass, I think, in this corner, but I never ever got this close to anyone. I mean, this is ridiculous. At this point, this is at the point of where it's a little bit reckless. Let's see. Let's back up a second. Let's back up a little bit more. Pause it, right? Yeah, he is pretty. He's pretty close when we come over that hill. Like I would, if I was following behind someone up the corkscrew, I would almost start giving them a little bit of space, like right here as we come up, because this isn't a great passing zone. I mean, it can be. You know, it can be a passing zone. I mean, you can pass in the corkscrew, but that's if someone goes, you know. Let's walk up into the corkscrew at this point. Now, you know what? Let's let it go just a little bit more. So there, did you see that? You see that little? he's in my slipstream. And that's the other thing you have to take into consideration when you're coming up this hill. You're in my slipstream at this point. Do you really need to be carrying that much speed? Do you really need to be on the accelerator here? Look at that jump he makes. Now he's dangerously close. This is where I would start backing off in this corner. Because, look, I've got the line here. I'm going to make my normal, you know, I'm also, and this is the thing, is I'm tailing second premiered Supper. You know, and this is me chasing him. I know Mercury's on my tail. And I'm almost even, at this point, expecting the bump. Just because of how he had been driving for the, you know, most of the race. But even now, I'm kind of at this point in this turn, and I'm thinking of where Supper's going to be, where I'm going to be able to, if he brakes too hard here at the apex, because I notice that he's kind of carrying some speed. He's carrying a lot of speed, actually, and I'm kind of planning for that. I'm planning to, as soon as I hit here, to be down in here, so that if Supper goes wide, he'll end up kind of here, and I'll be up here in the corner, you know. And at that rate, I can, if he's trying to recover, I can be about right here and be on the gas. I mean, this is kind of where, if my car is pointed straight toward that WeatherTech sign, I'm on the gas. Let's see if we can watch my trajectory just a little bit more. I'm sorry if this is boring to anyone. I'm trying to see what's going on here. So yeah, he is right on my tail. And let's see how much closer I am to Supper. So yeah, I already see that Supper is taking a line that looks a little hot. He's definitely kind of turning in. I mean, he's got to be kind of laying on the brakes pretty hard at this point, because I know he's looking at this right here. He's looking at that. His wheels, I don't think, are turned enough to make that corner and not end up in the rumble strip. Can we watch? I guess not. All right. So let's begin. And then there's the hit. And let's see where it sends me. So now off trajectory. I'm off. My wheels are turned to make this to make the corkscrew. I mean, normally I want to kind of touch this here and then ride down like this. But that bump gave me enough momentum to travel over that. Let's watch it happen here. Yep, we're already out of control. This is when I know I'm off course at this point. And I'm trying to recover it. But I already know it's too late. See, you can even tell my wheels aren't even turned enough to make that corner. And I'm headed into the zone. That's the end of it right there. That is game over. And then all in the meanwhile, there's Mercury. The worst is that I'm in the heavy kitty litter. Like your car is gonna stop kitty litter. That's the worst part. Is that had he sent me, you know, just a little bit over here, it probably would have turned out a little better. But I went straight into the shadow zone, straight into the deep of things. You know, at this point, I'm picking up poop and pee from the kitty. All the clumps. Yeah, that's the end of the race right there. So if you're out there, thank you, Mercury. Thank you for the race. And I hope you have cleaner races in the rest of your career. Yeah, and at that point we're out of control. All right, well, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry I couldn't deliver a first place for everyone. I'm just as disappointed as you are. We did get a fourth place when I could probably do race 5, but I'm not. I gathered 11 points from this race, which is the most points I've ever gathered from any race at this point, which I still don't understand. This is the second time I've placed fourth. That first race I placed fourth in, pole position, fastest lap, placed fourth, 5 points. This race, second place qualifying, no fastest lap, fourth place, 11 points. I don't get it. I don't get how the point system works. So if any of you guys know, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to have some input or insight on how all of this works. And apparently my driver rating went up too as well. And now I'm being put into C-class lobbies. Apparently I'm good enough to be put into C-class lobbies. Maybe that's why I'm getting more points. I don't know. But anyhow, thank you for watching today to all of you guys that watched. Jared, Rich, Argonzo Beans. I love your name, by the way. Oh, that's such a great name. And everyone else, that's the nameless, faceless people that are logging into the stream. Thank you for watching. It's been a rough day. And I'm just looking forward to the next race at Suzuka. So tomorrow, if any of you guys want to join the practice lobby, I'll be running the practice lobby from 3 to probably 7 or 8 Pacific Standard Time. Same bat channel, same bat place. I will set up a Suzuka race, and we can all race it and get better and hopefully not get bumped during our races. Hopefully we all learn to drive faster than... Let's look at it again. Not how I wanted to end my Wednesday. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. I hope everyone has a good night. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. And to anyone that raced today, congratulations on whatever place that you placed. And if you placed last, there's hope. You know, I was placing last the first 2 or 3 races I did in this series, and I still got more points than when I placed first. I don't get it. So like I said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.